Shalom, shalom. All right. So as you can see, and before I get started, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakar HaKodash. All right, and double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS. Peace and honor and respect to you brothers that's out there laboring, edifying, rightly dividing the word in truth and sincerity. All right, and shalom to the hopeful elect out there. All right, as you can see, Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, apologized for anti-Semitic tweet. All right. So basically, he that was today. All right. So he kind of doubling down. All right. It came across my screen. So yeah, basically he just, let me see something. Let's see. See, Kanye West apologizes for tweet. I'm gonna play the video. I'm finna play the video. All right, let me play this.
You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
I'm talking about. I'm not a Karen.
To the pain.
I'm not a Karen, and I'm not going to cancel you, and I'm not going to uncensor you. I'm simply going to challenge you on what you're saying.
You can't.
I think you don't understand the pain that you've been causing with some of these comments, and I think that one in particular, I can understand.
Oh my God! God forbid! God forbid! One comment could cause people to feel any of the pain that my people have went through for years. Even like the blacks being ushered to the left during the civil rights movement. No one has cared about black people.
All right.
No one is.
Let me say, I agree that the racism against black people has been utterly deplorable, shameful, unacceptable, and thank God the world is beginning to move to a better place about the way it has treated black people like you. However, one form of racism doesn't justify.
It's almost in a better place.
Well, one form of racism doesn't justify another.
It's not a better place.
I'm not cutting you off. I'm finishing my sentence.
And I just got about 3 precepts. I really ain't got no precepts for this Edomite. I mean, we all know what it is with them. We already know that those are our enemies. All right, and we know they gonna pay. And we know they don't care. And that's just the way Yahweh Shem Yahushua set it up. All right, so I'm not going to go into that right now. I'm focusing on Kanye. All right.
You can respond. One form of racism. It is racism when you say I'm going deaf for Jewish people.
I was in a position where I've been hurt, and this is the way I had the right to express myself. The point of this interview is for you to question me, and then for me to answer and say, okay, even though the same rules are not applied to my people, if a person with a gun or drugs is pulled over and has 3 other people in the car, they're all going to jail. I'm not going to apply that to Jewish people for the sake of this conversation. Isn't that what you wanted? But you know what you did? You tried to civil rights me. You tried to pull me back to a week ago, but we're here today. There's been plenty of conversations and commentary since that, but you want me to go back to 1960.
No.
You want me to go back to 7 days ago.
All right, let me jump in. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to reflect.
Okay, so have we grown? Have we grown?
Here's how we grow. Yeah, here's how we grow. I want you to reflect.
No, have we grown? Have we grown? You're not in charge of my growth. You're not in charge of my growth, Chris.
Okay, let me phrase it like this. I'm about to suggest to you how you may grow if you choose to grow this way. And you can ignore me. You can ignore me.
Pierce, how much money are you worth?
Not as much as you, sadly.
Exactly. So take my advice. Maybe you'll get richer.
I would love to take your business advice.
Why would I listen to you?
Why don't you hear what my advice is and then work out if I'm wrong? Can we do that deal?
Well, the thing is, you haven't given me any credit or a moment of reflection for the comparison that I made, the brilliant, if I do say so myself, comparison that I made to the cops pulling over one black person and locking everyone up.
I understand what you're saying.
And my tweet having issues. Wait a second, I wasn't done with the sentence. My tweet referring to all Jewish people. And I said, for the sake of this conversation, I will refer to the business people who have.
And they're not the ruler Jews over there. All right. And see, Kanye West, the elder Yashawamba from GMS, Dallas, I believe Dallas. Yep. He made a great point when I was listening to his video. He said Kanye West was not set up to tell our people the truth, and he wasn't. All right, let's get that. Let's start off right there. That's the first scripture I want to start off with. All right, because the Lord told us, Jeremiah 3 and 15, it says, "And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding." And that's not Kanye West. It's not Kanye West. All right. Why? Because he bought and paid for. He's bought and paid for. Jeremiah 3 and 15 again. "And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding." Now, Kanye West, he's a puzzle. He's a puzzle piece because he can, bring certain things to light, but he wasn't set up. All right. Matter of fact, a scripture just came to mind. Let me get it. Because you sometimes you don't have scripture set up and they start coming. It says 1 Corinthians 1 and 26. "For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called." See? And Kanye West, you heard what he just said. You should take my advice and maybe you'll get richer. See? And you see the Edomite, even though Kanye is worth more than him, he still know this is his inner thought. I'm a white guy, so I'm still over you. And you never know behind the scenes how powerful that guy is compared to Kanye West. I'm talking about behind the scenes. All right, the fact that he an Edomite, this is his kingdom. He's gonna be over Kanye. He might not have as much money, but it doesn't matter. All right. So basically Kanye, he's wise according to, he got worldly knowledge and he got some scriptural knowledge, but he wasn't set up. That's why I read Jeremiah 3 and 15. The Lord said he will give pastors according to his heart. That's going to feed us knowledge and understanding. All right. And see, 1 Corinthians 1 and 26, "For ye see your calling, brethren, how not many wise men after the flesh." See, Kanye is a wise man after the flesh. That's how he made 6.2, I believe 6 whatever billion. All right. Because even though he had to do some despicable things, and he had to shake some hands with some devilish people and do certain things, you can't make those type of moves that Kanye making and be a dummy, per se. He's not a dumb man, all right? Now, he might not be like a doctor or something, but he has some wisdom, all right? That's why he told my man, you should listen to me and maybe you'll get richer, okay? But see, he wasn't called. Verse 27, "But the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and the Most High have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty, and base things of the world and things which are despised have the Most High chosen, yea, and the things which are not, to bring to naught things that are," all right, "that no flesh should glory in his presence." Right. So Kanye, he could boast. If he was to go to war with the Jews and like he said and go DEFCON 3, excuse me, he could boast, "Look what I did." Because, he already got, an arrogancy about him. But see, the men that's, bringing out this word every day, it's for the lowly. The Lord are going to choose that guy that's catching a bus to work at KFC. You going to overlook him, but the Lord know quite well who this guy is, okay? That's the man that people ain't going to really pay attention to. Only the elect will. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get back to the video, but these, yup. Ecclesiasticus 13:22. When a rich man, no, let me see. When 13 and 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They have stole it to the clouds. That's why, even with this Kanye thing, you have men bringing this out for years. We Israelites, they the fake Jews, it don't get that publicity like a Kanye. You can look that what people is stolen what he say to the clouds. Okay. If more celebrities was coming out saying, hey, the white man, the devil, we the real Jews, we the real Israelites, more people would call themselves Israelites, man. More people would pay attention. But you know what? That's the snare. The Lord didn't set it up that way. The Lord set it up for the lowly. That's why from the beginning, brothers were saying, hey, Kanye West is telling some truth, but hey, until he get knocked off or he hit rock bottom, we don't know what his agenda is. His agenda is for the so-called small hats and who he worked for. All right, continuing on in the verse. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. Right. That's why they ask. That's why if you come into the faith and you try to tell your friends and family, they say, what fellow is this? This girl tripping. That nigga tripping, man. They say that. But if Kanye speak, oh, yeah, Israelites. They the fake Jews. If Jay-Z said or Beyonce said or somebody like that, then they stole it to the clouds, man. They stole it to the clouds, man. All right.
Destroyed me and my people and my fellow creatives. But you didn't even accept that I gave you that. You tried to push me back into 1960.
No, I didn't.
You tried to push me back into last week.
No, I didn't.
Okay, do you accept that example that I gave you?
I understand completely the example you gave me. I think all racism is wrong.
So I feel that we've grown.
I would like you to reflect.
I feel we've grown. Do you feel we've grown?
If you've now changed what you wanted to say originally, my question for you is, do you now regret saying DEFCON 3 on Jewish people? Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I don't think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not. I will say I'm sorry for the people that I hurt with the DEFCON, the confusion that I call. I feel like I cause hurt and confusion.
You see? You never know what type of phone call he got or what was said to him. Because now that energy is sucked out now. All right. Now he's like, I will apologize. First he was amped up. I'm going to go DEFCON 3. Y'all the fake Jews. Now he want to apologize to. He's basically saying he's aiming his remarks at the elites, not the normal people. See, but the thing about it is, that's why I went to Jeremiah 3:15, because even those normal people, all right, them normal small hats that ain't the elites, they're not the real ones, okay? Their nation in totality is not the Jews, okay? It's not. That's the truth. He spoke the truth, all right? But you see his energy is sucked, and that's going to take me to the other scripture I had. Yeah, I'm going to just go there. And see, this is why Kanye West was not set up. See, this is why. Because, let me get it in the scriptures. Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. That's true. And a gift destroyeth the heart. And a gift. Let's get that in the Let's get that in the blue letter because I had it pulled up. Let's get that in the NLT. Extortion turns wise people into fools, and bribes corrupt the heart. Why am I reading this? Because Kanye West is worth $6 billion. Okay? He can't say what he want to say. He can't do what he want to do. He's bought and paid for. He's on a leash, okay? So he has to rebuttal it. Even if he don't be like, I'm okay, I want to apologize to the Jews. He has to say something in an apologetic form, because why? A bribe corrupt the heart. He knows that if he keep going on this rant, this rant on a tangent, he know the consequences. Number one, what? His money is gonna be took, okay? And whatever else that come with it. His life gonna be took, because he was just talking like, I don't care, they gonna have to kill me, da da da. You never know what kind of cause he got behind the scenes. You never know what was said. Oh, we'd take your kid out, we'd do this, we'd do that, we'd do that. We'll release this video. You never know. See? You never know. Extortion turns wise people into fools, and bribes corrupt the heart, man. Okay? So he's in a lead, in a tax bracket where, very, very few get to go. All right? Especially Israelites. Okay? So he's on a leash, man. The same people he's condemning, he works for. Okay? That's why Nori had to apologize and they took it down and all. Why? Because you don't know what type of calls he got. Hey, man, you better take that down. You better apologize for letting him go on that rant on your show, man, or they going to take your show. They'll freeze your account, whatever. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is why Kanye was not set up. This is why I brought out 1 Corinthians 1:27. Not many wise according to the flesh. All right? Not many mighty, not many noble are called. Why? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua know that these guys and women, but, well, these guys, because, men can only really teach, okay? These guys, they have that leash, that money leash. See, the real pastors, according to the Lord heart, they don't have nothing to lose. They're not on that same leash. Okay, even though we're going to lose things, okay, we don't have that leash. We're not worried about it like a Kanye West is worried. All right, that's just how I go, man. That's why the Lord chose the lowly. All right, plus it's a snare for all the carnality, man. Like I said, when a rich man say something, not like I said, Salakia, like the scripture say, when a rich man says something or speak, roughly paraphrasing, what? People stole it to the clouds. All right. So when Kanye was going on about the fake Jews and this and that, all the people that wasn't just saying he was flat out crazy, because you got people that really understand things, they're going to stole that to the clouds, man. Okay. But you got brothers on the corner, brothers on the internet, they saying the same thing and more, giving you way more edification than Kanye West, because they dealing with the scriptures, but they saying the same thing basically. And guess what? People will walk past with people, that ain't gonna go viral,
And I'm sorry for the families,
So you see,
people that are hurt with the DEF CON, the confusion that I call. I feel like I cause hurt and confusion. And I'm sorry for the families of the people that had nothing to do with the trauma that I had been through, and that I use my platform where you say hurt people, and I was hurt.
It's an uncensored interview. You said something which you've now wished you hadn't said, and you've apologized. I actually think that says a lot about you, right? That shows you've got that ability to be self-aware, to understand when you cross a line. I think someone like you, with all your energy and creativity and your passion, you're going to say stuff. The way that you talk constantly and in such an extraordinary manner, you're going to trip up. You're going to say things the wrong way. I don't think there's anything wrong in, when you do that, doing what you just did and saying, look, I'm sorry, I crossed a line, I apologize.
I want to say that it's wrong to hold an apology hostage, and I got to let go of that and free myself of the trauma and say, look, I'm just going to give it all up to God right now, and say to those families that are hurt, I really want to give you guys a big hug. And I want to, I say, I'm sorry for hurting you with my comments. And I want to word it and not like a political way, but in a presidential way, which means what I knew a president to be when I was growing up.
You see? And you see this guy Pierce, how he was like, yeah, I actually, you know, it was kind of like a child did something wrong, and then the parent is like, well, it's good that you apologize, and you were the bigger person and all. You see, this is my last scripture right here. You see, this is why these guys was not called. All right, this is why the strings that's attached. See, you ain't gonna hear, Apostle Tahar, doubling down on a video he said about Esau. That's not gonna happen. You're not gonna see men in the Lord doubling down, like, oh yeah, I want to apologize that we said, all of y'all devils. We just meant it for, the bankers, and I want to give all of the Edomites that I caught. No, you're not gonna hear that, man. All right. That's why they weren't called. Ecclesiasticus 29. All right. 22. Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage than delicate fare in another man's house. See, better it is to be in your own 1-bedroom apartment or studio apartment, working, paying your bills, eating sandwiches, than to be in a castle and be subjected to emasculation, man. All right. And that's what happens when you bow down to Esau. That's what happened with this. This is what's going on with all of these celebrities, especially Israelites. All right. See, he was hurt because you never know what goes on behind the scenes. All right. He was hurt. He got a lot on his mind but he can't let it all go, because that's why he like, I got to free myself. I got to give it up to God. And now it's something wrong with him, which he do got a lot of issues. But you see, verse 22 again, better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage than delicate fare in another man's house. Be it little or much, hold thee contented, that thou hear not the reproach of thy house. For it is a miserable life to go from house to house. For where thou art a stranger, thou darest not open thy mouth. Thou shalt entertain and feast and have no thanks. Moreover, thou shalt hear bitter words. Come, thou stranger, and furnish a table, and feed me of that thou hast ready. Give place, thou stranger, to an honorable man. My brother cometh to be lodged, and I have need of my house. These things are grievous to a man of understanding. The upbraiding of house room and reproaching of the lender. See, Kanye West is a grieved man, okay? Because really, he want to be in power. Something in him do have a ruling class mentality. Number one, he's an Israelite. All right. Number two, he has that entrepreneur spirit, business savvy mind, which, and something in him, but he can't. Why? Because he's on that leash. That's why these guys weren't called. Now, let's get this in the GNT, which is the Good News Translation. Let's get this same couple of verses, all right? Let's go. Okay. So this was Ecclesiasticus 29, starting at verse 22. It is better to be poor and live under your own crude roof than to enjoy lavish banquets in other people's homes. That's so true, man. Because I done been there before, Verse 23, be happy with what you have, even if it isn't very much, and don't listen to anyone who will insult your home and family. Going from house to house is a miserable way to live. Anywhere you go, you don't dare speak. Right, because when you in somebody's house, say you in somebody's house, you down on your luck, you ain't really, you ain't got too much to say. You might see little injustices and things, but you can't speak on it. Even if you feel like you're not getting treated fairly or something going on, you have little to say, man. Okay? See, we're in another man's kingdom. That's why you have Kanye West can't really let loose. But see, the men of the Lord can. Okay, why? Because they don't have those same attachments. That's why the Lord said what? Love not this world, come up out of this world, man. Okay? Roughly paraphrasing. That's why the Lord don't want us to be attached to this world. Because once you be attached, guess what? That attachment is strong to break. The more money you get, he's a billionaire. It's not like if you make $1,000 every week, he's a billionaire, So it's a hard attachment to break for him. You see what I'm saying? All right. Verse 25, you welcome the guests and pour the drinks and nobody thanks you. Instead, people humiliate you by saying things like, stranger, come here and set the table. I want to eat what you got there. Give it here. Go away, stranger. I've got an important guest. My brother is coming to visit and I need the room. Being denied hospitality or having a money lender hound you, these are hard things for any sensitive person to endure. All right. But basically, I just got that scripture because, hey, we in Esau, Edom kingdom. All right. And guys like Kanye West, they're not going to be able to what? Say what they want to say and do what they want to do. I don't care how big the muscles is. I don't care how much money they got, how much of a boss you think they is, a Jay-Z, a Beyonce, Oprah Winfrey, all of them. If they go left, guess what? They're going to get that phone call. That's going to whip them right back into shape unless they want to lose it all or even their life. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, they're going to rebuttal. They're not rebuttal. They're going to be apologetic in some type of way. You've seen it with Kanye West multiple times. Even when he going back to when he said George Bush don't care about black people. You seen it then. But guess what? He apologized. Nick Cannon, Ice Cube, Noriega. He really ain't do much, but he still apologized. So that lets you know. That's why I got into this scripture right here. But, that's all I had. Lord willing, it was edifying. All right. As you can see here, Kanye West, your boy, look at the face. Look at the face, man. Now, I believe they might have chopped this video up. He might have responded, but look at him while my man talking to him. He can't even look him in the eyes. Ain't no telling what he thinking. All right. He couldn't even look him straight up as a man. All right. Because in his heart of hearts, he knows that what he's saying has some validity to it, but he really can't, basically, go DEFCON 3, as you would say, because why? That leash, man. They got him. He's bought and paid for. They could have threatened his kids, anything. They most definitely threatened that bank account. All right, but you never know, man. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying. To the next lesson. Shalom.